Hey, Jason, it's great to see you. Welcome to Around the Track. Jason Fertitta is the founder and CEO of Americana Partners. Jason, thanks so much for joining me.
Absolutely. It looks beautiful there, Shirl, and it's great to see you via video.
All right, Jason, you know the rules, right? 8 furlongs in a mile. It means I got 8 questions for you. Let's just jump right into it. The first one, hopefully an easy one for you. Give us a quick overview on Americana Partners and a quick overview on your background.
Yeah. So we're 18 months old, so 6 quarters, 6 furlongs in, and so far so good. We're up to 3 offices, 22 employees, right at $3 billion in assets under management, and we're right where we thought we'd be in terms of a pro forma. So everything's good.
Love to hear that. I mean, you're one of the biggest stories in terms of breakaway advisors in the last multiple years, one of the largest teams to ever go independent. So love that it's going so well. What do you find that's getting you out of bed, bright and early each morning, over the last year, given what 2020 has presented to all of us?
Yeah. So, the one thing about a nearly 2-decade-long career on Wall Street, like a lot of bank employees, I needed to get a change in scenery. I feel like the batteries are now recharged, and I'm working harder than I was when I was in my 20s, because you feel a sense of pride of ownership in creating a brand. And I think that's not just me, that's everyone at the firm. Everyone, as you know from our cap table, has a beneficial interest in the firm. And so it's not just myself, it's the entire management team, and every employee feels like they're contributing to a brand and the creation of a brand. So that's really been the biggest difference in being independent for us, is really just more of a sense of pride. And then having the ability to go out and unearth investments that we use as building blocks to create portfolios, from coast to coast. We were adding a lot of products to the big banks platform anyway. And so it's great to be doing that in the independent world, collaborating with Dynasty the whole time.
What 3 words, Jason, would you say describe you as a leader and as an entrepreneur?
3 words, maybe phrases. My dad always used the phrase, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. And so I try to take that with me to my career and work. And a famous phrase from David Darst that I think about a lot is, anything worth doing is worth overdoing. So, that's another one that I seem to take to work with me all the time. And I think running scared is always a good thing to have. The jockeys behind you on the horses, I'm sure there's a little bit of fear as they're running around the track. So I think running scared is a good thing for everybody in their jobs.
It certainly keeps you focused, that's for sure. Jason, what strengths or weaknesses of yourself and your team have really come to bear, you feel, over the last 12 months?
Yeah. Well, my Chief Operating Officer, Rob Wellington, who I've been partners with right out of school at Duke, he has done an amazing job making sure the firm's running smoothly internally. And I think my strengths are trying to grow the network and on the business development front. And I'm spending more time with the FAs that we have, just trying to create opportunities for them and help them land business. And so that's really the way we're dividing our time. And I think we're taking advantage of each other's strengths. I think in the case of Rob, he could probably do both, but I can only do one. And so he's allowed me to focus on, growing the business.
What do you feel the biggest issue is facing our industry right now?
Yeah. I'm so optimistic on our firm and our industry. I think we have all the tailwinds, honestly. I think the more and more people become comfortable with a custodian being a Fidelity, a Schwab, rather than a big bank, and realizing the fact that, going independent allows us to better look out after our clients' assets and objectives and goals without the pressure of, bank manufactured products being shown to us all the time. I really think we have all the tailwinds, and I'm hearing it more and more from people who are even part of these big organizations. I think they feel like, we're in the right place at the right time, and now we just have to execute.
Describe the greatest success and or worst failure over your journey at becoming a CEO from being an advisor.
Yeah. Well, I still consider myself an advisor. Obviously, I feel like I have, the football pads on, and I'm on the field with all of our financial advisors. And I think our biggest success was responding to an RFP and competing against Goldman, Morgan Stanley, UBS, and JP Morgan, and winning the RFP. And it was for, a $500 million mandate. That's been our biggest success in 18 months, and we look forward to doing that in the future as well. In terms of the biggest failure, there's always 2 or 3 clients you wish would have come that didn't. And, any salesperson, business development person, financial advisor, can't help but to always think about those opportunities. So I haven't given up on them yet. But, there's 2 or 3 clients that I would have loved to have seen come that are still at the incumbent firm.
All right, Jason, you said you're 6 furlongs in. We're 6 furlongs into this interview. 2 questions left, so let's bring it home strong. What is it that you hope that your clients think about you and Americana Partners?
Yeah. Well, I think that they believe most of our clients are entrepreneurs. And so I think when we started this journey with you, we didn't have a full sense of the appreciation of how much your clients want you to go independent, especially the ones that are the entrepreneurs. They actually admire it. And so, the surprise on the upside is, because you see the numbers, in most cases, we're doing more business with our clients being independent than we were inside of a big firm. The other thing is just the conversations with the clients. They have been much more willing to open the kimono and bring us inside of their organization, their family office, or their desire to create a family office, and share much more details about their family dynamics than they were doing while we were at the bank. And that's been an amazing surprise to us. We had heard from you and your leadership team that very well may happen, and that happens in a lot of other situations. And we kind of chalked that up to maybe some salesmanship, but at the end of the day, you were spot on. And we're not only continuing to do more business with these clients, but I think they're more willing to refer us around too. So, we're not holding seminars at a airport Hilton to get business. This thing is really growing, and we're trying to manage the growth. And then we're also attracting, groups of talented advisors that want to be part of the creation of the brand. So, I think everything's happening in the way that Dynasty said it very well could happen in a success story. And so now we're really just trying to your point, bring it home.
Jason, a lot of the horses that you see working out behind me, they're training for the Kentucky Derby next year. They've got lofty goals. The teams that are behind them, the trainers, the jockey, the owners are very excited. They're very optimistic. For our last question, I'd like to ask you, perhaps both personally and professionally, what's your Kentucky Derby? What are you training towards? What's that big goal that you're excited to run towards over the next 12 months?
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, we're really just trying to build out our footprint in the South, in Texas. I mean, we're in Texas, so we're considered a southern state like Kentucky. But in a perfect world, what we'd like to do is create a footprint and cash flow our firm to us and our shareholders, but at the same time, make us look really relevant and pretty to, bigger fish in the sea, so to speak, to the extent they want an immediate footprint in the South. So we're excited to export our firm and our platform to, other regions of the country. But right now we're highly focused on Texas and the contiguous states. And so, our Kentucky Derby is, frankly, our clients leaving their experience with us after meetings. We generally try to meet with all of our clients quarterly. In some cases, we meet more often, but our Kentucky Derby is our clients being so satisfied with the advice and the access to great products that they refer us to their friends. Frankly, that's, to us, that organic growth is the best growth from a margin perspective. And so we're highly focused on that.
Well, Jason, thanks so much for joining us on Around the Track. It's been so nice to spend time with you. Really appreciate it.
No. Thank you, Shirl. It's been a great 6 furlongs, 6 quarters, however you want to put it. But I also want to just thank you and your family. You guys were so gracious to host my wife and I at that track, which was the first time we got to attend a race in Saratoga. And hopefully we'll be back there to spend some more time with you guys, as that was a great part of our vacation last summer.
Well, it's one of the greatest and oldest sporting venues in America, and you're one of the best corporate athletes in America. So thanks again, Jason.
Absolutely.